So today we start the wave part, especially the important one, which is very important for your school exam. They can ask you this type of question, and how you give your answer for this type of question. I'm trying to discuss all these things today. Uh, so first of all, the first important question they ask you, like they can give you y, like anything like 4 sine 2 pi t upon 0.02 minus x upon 100. The question is that the equation for the displacement of a straight string is given by above formula, where x and y are in centimeter, x and y are in centimeter, okay, and t is in second. Determine direction in which the wave is propagating, amplitude, time period, frequency, angular frequency, wavelength, propagation constant, velocity of the wave, maximum particle velocity, maximum acceleration. So these things they can ask you. Obviously they don't ask that all the 10 things, but they can ask you 2 3 4 questions. So whenever you start this type of question, see, first I would like to explain you how you solve this type of question. If you write any equation like this, so if you write this, that means it's a sine. If you write this form, that means it's a cos. So we can write, suppose y equals to a sine omega t minus or plus, means plus or minus, they can give you, means lead or lag with the angle this phi. That phi is called the phase angle. Okay, so the important thing is that this a is called the amplitude. That means the maximum value on the y-axis, that is called the amplitude. Means if the value of this sine is 1, so y is either +1, and if the value of the sine is -1, then y is -1. So this is called the amplitude. Now this one is called the angular frequency or angular velocity. Now how you do that? Omega, this is the relation 2 pi frequency, time period is 2 pi by omega, frequency is 1 by time period. So once you able to find out omega, you can able to find out time period, you can able to find out frequency. Is it clear, everyone? Next is that phase angle. So phase angle, what happened actually, this is the 0, this is the 2 pi whole angle, and that is called the wavelength. What do you mean by wavelength? A complete wave is called the wavelength. Suppose you start from here, the wave is complete here, means a complete time period, then it will be again move. So if here to here the angle length is wavelength, length is called the wavelength, and angle is 0 to 2 pi. Suppose anyone start from want to know this angle, so how they calculate it? 2 pi, that is the whole thing, by wavelength into that is called the path difference. So this one is called the phase difference, and this is called the path difference. What do you mean by that? Suppose we have two sources, and this is the point where two waves are superimposed. So what is the phase difference and what is the path difference? If you're able to find out that distance, so you can easily put this value and you can get the phase difference. Is it clear, everyone? Suppose anyone ask you or anyone given you the path difference del x here x is pi by 3. So if the path difference is pi by 3, what is the phase difference? See, very simple, 2 pi by lambda into x, sorry, lambda by 3. So lambda by 3, lambda cancel, 2 by 3 pi. So you understand how you find out the phase difference, how you find out the path difference?
Yes, sir.
After that, next one is See, this one is your wave, this one is your angle, and this one is your angle, because sine within that the value is angle always. So as this one is both of this one is angle, so what we can say, omega t, that is equals to phi phase angle, that is 2 pi by lambda into x. What do you mean by omega? Omega is the 2 pi frequency into time. Now, if you want to differentiate it with respect to time, so 2 pi is a constant, frequency is a constant, dt by dt time. Now, 2 pi by lambda dx by dt. So this 2 pi cancel, dt 1. So f is 1 by lambda into dx by dt is the velocity. So velocity equals to frequency wavelength. This velocity is called phase velocity because you get it from the phase angle. This velocity is called phase velocity. For any wave, this velocity is remain constant. Are you getting my point? Like you frequently use for velocity of light, frequency velocity equals to frequency wavelength. So if you know velocity, you can find out frequency. If you know frequency, you can find out velocity, or if you know velocity and frequency, you can find out wavelength. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Apart from this, so this one is one very important thing, ki f v equals to f lambda. Second very important thing is that this velocity is called the phase velocity. Now you have that equation. If you differentiate this equation dy by dt with respect to time, then you get the velocity that is called the particle velocity. So you have two type of velocity in the wave. One is the phase velocity, one is the particle velocity. Phase velocity is the actual velocity in which the wave is moving, and the particle velocity is it is to and fro motion, means it will vibrate the particles, so you get the velocity of the particle. So what happened? The differentiation of sine is cos omega t plus minus phi, whatever it is written, and omega t, phi is a constant, into omega. So you have a omega cos omega t plus minus phi. Now, if this is your particle velocity, so maximum particle velocity is a omega. Similarly, if you again differentiate this velocity with respect to time, double differentiation of y with respect to time, you get minus a omega square sine omega t plus minus 5. This is called the particle acceleration. So this one is called the particle acceleration. Is it okay? And one more thing which is very important. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
One more thing which is very important, in which direction the wave is propagating. Very important. Suppose if anyone asks you to draw this wave and it is written plus, then what do you mean by that? The wave is look like this. What we can write? A sine omega t plus suppose 2 pi by lambda into x. Try to understand, huh? Y means this one and x means this one. So wave is propagating along this axis, means it will be like this. So देखो y axis में इसका motion amplitude plus है and amplitude minus है, जिससे हम लोगों को सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन मिलता था. और ये वेव जा किधर रहा है? x एक्सिस की तरफ. तो यहाँ पे जो लिखा रहेगा, in which in that direction the wave is propagating, and this y-x is the plane. अगर यहाँ पे हम z लिख दे, so then it will be zx plane. अगर मैं यहाँ पे y लिख दूं, तो ये zy plane हो गया. Are you getting my point? So wave is now propagating along the y-axis. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
And that value, make it 0 and find the value of y. Like if we make it 0, 2 pi by lambda y equals to 0. So 2 pi by lambda y is minus omega t. That means omega minus y, that is 2 pi by lambda into t. Whatever be the value, Due to that negative sign, the value is negative. Is it clear? So what
Yes,
do you
sir.
mean by that? The wave is propagating this direction. If you find this one is not plus, this is minus. So what you have positive, then the wave is not propagating in that direction. Then the wave is propagating in positive direction. So you understand from that equation, you can say in which direction the wave is propagating, positive direction or negative direction, and in x-axis, y-axis or z-axis. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So now you have all information. So from a wave, you can understand this all things in which direction the wave is propagating. Okay. And what is the amplitude and all this. Like first of all, from this wave, we can say one thing, the wave is on the y-x plane. Is it clear? And in which direction the wave is propagating along the x. And if we put this value is equals to 0, so x is positive or negative? X is positive or negative?
So positive.
Very good, positive. So what we can say, the wave is propagating along the positive direction, right? So my first question is direction in which the wave is propagating. Answer 1, what we write? Positive x-axis. Is it clear, everyone? You all understand the first part of the question?
Yes, sir.
Now the second part is what is the amplitude? This one is your amplitude and that is in centimeter. So y, second one, amplitude. So amplitude is 4 centimeter. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Third one, you have to find out angular frequency. Or angular velocity, which is omega. This one is more popular than this one, especially in wave. So whenever you have this type of question, you can do one thing to compare it. You write in that way: sine omega t minus 2 pi by lambda x. Is it clear?
Yes,
This
sir.
is in that form, either omega t plus or minus, sometimes this one in that side, that one in that side. Nothing more than that, right? So now see, if we compare with this one is this one is this. So this 2 pi inside this, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So on that basis, what we can say, omega, that is 2 pi by 0.02. Clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Everyone, Ananya, Ekta,
Yes, sir. Clear.
Ekta, Shohini, Shomodip, Anindo.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what we can write, 2 pi by 0.02, that is, I think, 100 pi. You can write radian per second. The fourth one is the time period. So how you get the time period? 2 pi by omega. So you have 2 pi, you have 2 pi by 0.02. So 0.02 second. That is the time period. Is it clear? Number 5, frequency. What do you mean by frequency? 1 by time period. So 1 by 0.02, that is 50 hertz. Clear?
Yes, sir.
After that, what you have to find out? Propagation constant. Yes, that is very, very important. Number 6 is called the propagation constant. Which is represented by K, that is equals to 2 pi by lambda. So for that, see, if we compare, if we move in that side, so what we have, 2 pi by lambda, that is 2 pi by 100, isn't it? Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So can we
sir.
write this? That is equals to 2 pi by lambda 100. If you want to elaborate it, because lambda is in centimeter here, okay? So that is in centimeter, or you can write, sorry, radian per centimeter, or you can write that's 100 centimeter. You can convert into meter, that is radian per meter. Is it clear? 1 centimeter is 1 meter. Next, you can write velocity of the wave. Velocity of the wave means phase velocity. Phase velocity, or actually the velocity of the wave. Velocity of the wave means this is the actual velocity. Like velocity of sound wave is 332 meter per second. Velocity of light wave is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. For different wave, like speed of sound in gas, it's different. Speed of sound in water is different. Speed of sound in liquid is different. Speed of sound is solid in different. So for different medium, you have different speed. So that is called the speed or the phase velocity. And that is equals to, how you find out? V equals to F lambda. You remember? So velocity is frequency wavelength. Frequency you have 50 hertz, and wavelength you need for that. Wavelength is how you compare. See, lambda equals to 100, right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So into 100. So what you have, write 55,000 centimeter per second or 50 meter per second. After 7, 8, you can write also wavelength. Wavelength lambda, that is 100 centimeter or 1 meter. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Next is next is maximum particle velocity and maximum particle acceleration. So V max particle. What do you mean by particle? A omega, and acceleration max particle. What you write? A omega square. Is it clear? Your A is how much? 4 centimeter. Omega is how much? 2 pi by 0.02. So if you want, you write 4 into 2 into 3.14 by 2 into 10 to the power minus 2. So you can cancel this. So 4 into 3.14 into 100. That is 4 into 314. And this is how much? 4 into 314 is 1256. 1256 centimeter per second. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
And now the particle acceleration A omega square. A is 4, and we can square this 2 pi by 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 whole square. You can cancel this 2. So 4 pi square by 10 to the power minus 4. I just give you one hint. Keep pi square into 10 to the power 4. See, pi square, if the calculator allowed, then you can directly write 3.14 into square. So Am I audible? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
So, but if the calculator is not allowed, you can use it directly 10. Okay, which will help you to calculate. So if it is 10, so we write 4 into 10 into 10 to the power 4. That is 4 into 10 to the power 5 centimeter per second square, or 4 into 10 to the power 3 meter per second square. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So from a single wave, you can understand all these things. Is it clear? Is it okay, everyone?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, so I think you understand that part. Next, the second one is very, very important, is superposition of two waves. Superposition of two waves. Superposition of two waves. So for superposition of two waves, suppose you have two waves, and this is the suppose the screen where the two waves are superimposed. Acha, ami just 1 minute. Offline. Okay. So when you superimpose two wave, what happened? Suppose this one is the first wave, A1 sine omega t, and you have the another wave, A2 sine omega t plus minus 5. So when these two waves are superimposed, y1 plus y2, what we write, A1 sine omega t plus A2 sine omega t plus minus 5. Now A1 sine omega t plus A2 sine omega t cos phi plus minus, we can write A2 cos omega t sine phi. Now if we sine omega t, if we take common, we have A1 plus A2 cos phi plus minus cos omega t A2 sine phi. Can we write this? And this is a plus and minus. What do you mean by plus and minus? Either it will be lead by some angle or it will be lag. मतलब अगर मानो ये मेरा वेव है, कोई ऐसे ऐसे जा सकता है. So this is the lead. ये वेव है, कोई यहाँ से start कर सकता है. So this is the lag, and the difference is called the path difference. And in terms of angle, the difference is called the phase difference. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now when these two waves are superimposed, my main aim is it will be making a single wave. So sine A cos B cos A sine B. So if we think in that way, so let this is sine, this is cos. So A1 plus A2 cos phi is let A cos del, one more angle, because omega t and phi we already use it. And for this one, A2 sine phi, we use A sine del. Let it be equation number A, let it be equation number B. If we put this equation, these two equation, so we can take A common, sine omega t cos del plus minus A cos omega t sine del. So what happened? A sine omega t plus minus del, that is your Y. Clear, everyone? So that means, see, if we have two waves, this one and this one, if we know the two amplitude A1 and A2, if we know the omega, and if we know the phase angle, you can find out amplitude and del, because these are the two different things. Otherwise, this is same exactly. Omega t, so also we already you know how you make the resultant wave. So how you get this omega A and del, how you get this A and del. For that, first of all, dividing equation B by equation A. What happens? See, A sin del by A cos del is equals to A2 sin phi by A1 plus A2 cos phi. So tan del is A2 sin phi by A1 plus A2 cos phi. So del is tan inverse A2 sin phi by A1 plus A2 cos phi. Clear, everyone? So you get the angle. So we get that del also. My next aim to find out the A, which is very, very important. Means if you have two wave, how you find out the resultant amplitude? Very, very important. For that, squaring and adding equation A and B. Equation A and B, we squaring and adding. So if we squaring and adding, what happened? A square sine square del plus A square cos square del, this one and this one, equals to A2 sin phi whole square plus this one, A1 plus A2 cos phi whole square. So A square sin square del plus cos square del is A2 square sin square phi, A1 square, A2 square cos square phi to A1, A2 cos phi. That means A square, that is A1 square, A2 square sin square phi plus cos square phi plus 2A1, A2 cos phi equals to A1 square, A2 square to A1, A2 cos phi. So A, very, very important, A1 square, A2 square to A1, A2 cos phi. This derivation is important. Sometimes they can ask you, this is the resultant amplitude. So you can find out the resultant amplitude. You can find out the angle if you know this two wave. Suppose one is 3, one is 4. This is sine omega t, this is sine omega t plus 30. So it's very simple, 3 square plus 4 square plus 2, 3 into 4 cos 30 degree. So you get the amplitude, and 4 sine 30, 3 plus 4 cos 30, you get the del also. Is it clear?
Yes.
So by using this, you can superimpose two wave and you get the resultant wave, which is very, very important. Achha. Now, in this superposition of two waves, you can calculate the amplitude and what is the maximum amplitude, what is the minimum amplitude, because now you know this formula. So on that basis, if you know this formula, this derivation is important for class 11. Okay. If you know this formula, and how you remember that, look it properly, look this to formula properly, you can remember one thing, which is the vector addition. No? A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Phi is tan inverse B sin theta by A plus B cos theta. You remember that one, vector addition?
Yes, sir.
So that means you can remember in that manner, okay, this is the vector addition. And that's why when two waves are superimposed, actually that is the vector addition, okay, because it will follow the triangle rule of vector addition, right? Now for maximum amplitude, this cos phi must be 1. So when the phi is 1, when it is possible for the value of 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, that means we can write 2n pi. If we write it as a phase angle, so 2 pi by lambda into del x. So that means my part difference is 2 pi cancel in lambda. So when the part difference is n lambda and phase difference is 2n pi, where n start from 0, 1, 2. You can write plus minus also. Dot dot dot. See, sine 0, cos 0, 1, cos 2 pi 1, cos 4 pi 1. Is it clear, everyone? And in that case, the maximum value is how much? Root under a square plus a2 square to a1 a2 cos 1, that is a1 plus a2 whole square root, that is a1 plus a2. Everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Up. Now, similarly for minimum amplitude, cos phi is how much? Any idea? Cos phi is how much for minimum amplitude?
So 0.
Not 0. 0 is what?
-1.
-1. Very good. -1. So if -1, del phi is 2n minus 1 pi, and n start from 1 plus minus 1, or you can write this one plus minus. So you make it 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. See, if you put n equals to 1, so what you have? 2 minus 1 is pi. If you put 2, so 4 minus 1 is 3, 3 pi, and so on. Is it clear? And your path difference is del 2 pi by lambda into del x. So del x is n minus half lambda. And in that case, these are very, very important. These are used in class 12 also. Okay. And in that case, amplitude minimum is root under a1 square, a2 square, 2a1, a2 minus 1. So you have a1 square, a2 square minus 2a1, a2. That is root under a1 minus a2 whole square. That is a1 minus a2. So in that way, you can find out the amplitude of any wave by using the superposition theorem. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, the next very, very important one is see, next one is the propagation of wave. Okay, propagation of wave. For propagation of wave, see, that is called the propagation of standing wave, or am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Huh? Give me 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next one is transverse mechanical wave. That means you can say it even also transverse wave, and there is a two type of wave. One is the transverse wave, one is the longitudinal wave. So which one is transverse wave? Transverse wave and longitudinal wave. So transverse wave is the three-dimensional wave. That means which can propagate, like suppose you can say electromagnetic wave is a transverse wave, or sound travel through the metal, that is a transverse wave. It's a three-dimension wave. It will be moved like this, and as well as this is this is 2-dimension, this is 2-dimension. Overall, it's a 3-dimension, and it is moving towards the forward. And what is longitudinal wave? That's the compression and rarefaction. Means it's a only one dimensional wave. Okay, that is the basic difference. So for transverse wave, for you can write solid also. Okay, transverse wave velocity equals to T by mu. T is the tension and mu is the mass per unit length. So see, we know this derivation, but the problem is that due to a very small time, we can discuss later on. And even in your book, they just give it the formula. They don't discuss it from where you get it. But I know from where we get it. So later on, if I get time, then I can explain it. But अभी कोई मतलब नहीं बनता है. हाँ, इसके ऊपर हम just एक question देखेंगे कि how can we solve any question related to this and how can we use this one. ठीक है, इसका एक और जगह पे वेव यूज है, इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ, that is the organ pipe. कभी कभी इसका यूज हो जाता है. So कोई भी एक वेव है, मानो these are the two fixed point जहाँ पे एक string है, like you can say guitar, sitar, anything. When you create a vibration, so ये ऐसे करके move करता है ना. Is it clear? So
Yes, sir.
my main aim is that how much tense this wire. देखना वो जो गिटार या सितार है, उसमें दोनों तरफ में एक नॉब होता है जिसको हम लोग घुमा के तार को टाइट करते हैं. लूज तार में हम लोग कभी गिटार नहीं बजाते हैं, उसको टाइट करके फिर ट्यून करते हैं. दैट इज कॉल्ड द ट्यून. कि मुझे कितना फ्रीक्वेंसी वेलोसिटी मिलेगा, जितना वेलोसिटी मिलेगा उस हिसाब से हम फ्रीक्वेंसी निकाल सकते हैं. कैसे? क्योंकि वेलोसिटी इक्वल्स टू फ्रीक्वेंसी वेवलेंथ. सो डिफरेंट वेलोसिटी क्रिएट करके हम लोग डिफरेंट फ्रीक्वेंसी जनरेट कर सकते हैं. म्यू क्या है? इस वायर का मास एंड इस वायर का लेंथ. अब देखो, मैं एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन से समझाता हूँ, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड. एक ट्रायंगल है जिसका एंगल ऑफ इंक्लिनेशन 30 डिग्री है. यहाँ पे एक पुली है, यहाँ पे एक ब्लॉक है, लेट द मास इज m1. यहाँ पे एक और ब्लॉक है, लेट द मास इज m2. एंड क्या बोला है? अ वायर ऑफ मास 10 to the power minus 2 kg per meter, that is mu. 10 to the minus 2 kg per meter mass over a frictionless pulley fixed on the top on an inclined frictionless plane which makes an angle 30 degree. यहाँ पे 30 degree है. With the horizontal mass m1 and m2 are tied at two ends of the wire. The mass m1 rests on the plane and the mass m2 hang vertically downward. अच्छा, ये mass m2 है, ये mass m1 है. Sorry. Down vertical downward. The whole system is in equilibrium. Now a transverse wave is propagated along the wire with the velocity. इसमें आप क्या किया? एक wave generate किया गया. The velocity of this wave is 100 meter per second. The question is what is the tension of the wire? तो देखो, अगर वेलोसिटी पता है तो तुम टेंशन निकाल सकते हो, अगर टेंशन पता है तो वेलोसिटी निकाल सकते हो. वेरी सिंपल. वेलोसिटी इक्वल्स टू t by mu. So velocity square is t by mu. तो t equals to mu velocity square. अब देखो mu कितना बोला है? 10 to the power minus 2. वेलोसिटी क्या बोला? 100 का स्क्वायर. तो टेंशन क्या हो गया? 100 न्यूटन. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
If you know the tension, so you can easily find out the mass, because see here it is equilibrium. So m2g balance the tension. This tension is balanced by m1g sine 30 degree. So tension, which is 100 Newton, that is m1, g is 10, sine 30 is half. So cancel. m1 is 20 kg and t 100, that is m2g, that is the m2 into 100, sorry 10. So m2 is 10 kg. Is it clear? Now this one is not that much important, but as this formula sometime you use in organ pipe, like closed organ pipe, open organ pipe, sorry, not in organ pipe, in a string, although I don't know, maybe this time string is not there, but organ pipe is there. So no issue, we can discuss both. So for that, this one is very, very important. But now, which I try to discuss, which is very, very important, you can make it very, very important. And in your final exam, if wave is there, so examiner must give you that question. You can write it, Newton's formula and Laplace correction. You can write it, Newton's formula and Laplace correction. Very, very important. You write it, everyone. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Newton's formula and Laplace correction. So like velocity of sound in solid is root under T by mu. Similarly, velocity of sound in gas is root under B by rho. What do you mean by B? B is the bulk modulus. Bulk modulus. What do you mean by bulk modulus? Stress by strain. What do you mean by stress? Change in pressure. What do you mean by stress change in pressure? What do you mean by strain change in volume by volume? And as we know, pressure and volume are inverse of each other. So we can write minus V del P by del V. We can write in better form dP by dV. Can we write this?
Yes, sir.
Now, two equations are there. They are very vital. So that's why this is very, very important. Very, very important. You can make it, you can write it very, very important. Newton's law and Laplace correction. 5 marks confirm. तुम्हारा मानो हीट से साउंड से 10 मार्क्स का या 15 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन रहेगा, उसमें से ये एक 5 मार्क्स गारंटी. ठीक है. सो राइट डाउन. या सुनो, देखो न्यूटन ने क्या बोला. न्यूटन ने बोला कि when sound propagates through a gaseous medium, when sound propagates through a gaseous medium, temperature remain constant. So as the temperature remain constant, what do you mean by temperature remain constant? That means as the temperature is remain constant, so this is an isothermal process. So when sound propagates through a gaseous medium, temperature remain constant according to Newton. Okay. So isothermal process, temperature constant. When sound propagates through a gaseous medium, temperature remain constant. So isothermal process, as the temperature is constant, we know PV equals to nRT. If it is constant, by partial differentiation, P dV plus V dV equals to 0. Can we write this by partial differentiation? What do you mean by partial differentiation? Keeping P constant, differentiate V, keeping V constant, differentiate P equals to 0. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
dP equals to 0. Now from that, what we can write, P dV minus V dP. So dP by dV, what you have? Minus P by V. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now bulk modulus is minus V dP by dV. So what you can write? Minus V minus P by V. So what you have? P. So velocity of sound, that is root under B by rho. Now we can write it P by rho. Is it clear? So after that, for air, pressure is 1.01 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square, and density of air is 1.3 kg per meter cube. So if we put all these two values, sound is 1.01 into 10 to the power 5 by 1.3, we get almost 279 meter per second. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
But velocity of sound in air is 332 meter per second. So that means there is something wrong. That's why you have a difference value. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So that means Newton ने कुछ मिस कर गया, मतलब न्यूटन मेक समथिंग रॉन्ग, so इसलिए उसको एग्जैक्ट वैल्यू नहीं मिला, तो इसको फिर लैपलास ने करेक्शन किया. दैट्स व्हाई इट्स अ लैपलास करेक्शन. लैपलास किसको करेक्ट किया? न्यूटन का फॉर्मूला को करेक्ट किया. सो लैपलास करेक्शन इज बेस्ड ऑन द न्यूटन्स फॉर्मूला. मींस यू कैन से लैपलास मॉडिफाई न्यूटन्स फॉर्मूला, एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू लैपलास, when sound propagates through a gaseous medium, compression and rarefaction takes place so rapidly, according to compression and rarefaction takes place so rapidly that it does not take enough time to exchange heat with the surrounding. मतलब उसे heat exchange करने का time ही नहीं मिलता है surrounding के साथ. So it is not a isothermal process. It is not a isothermal process. It is a adiabatic process. It is a adiabatic process. So according to Laplace modify the Newton's formula. According to Laplace, when sound propagates through a gaseous medium, temperature, compression and rarefaction takes place so rapidly that it does not take enough time to exchange heat with the surrounding. So it is a adiabatic process. In adiabatic process, we know PV to the power gamma is constant. We know that. By partial differentiation. So keeping P constant, differentiate V. So gamma V gamma minus 1 dV plus V gamma dP equals to 0. Now you can remember one thing to just save your time. Last time dP by dV, if we remember, last time dP by dV is minus P by V. And this time if you try to solve it after arranging it, you get minus P by V, everything is same. You have extra this gamma. Clear? You can check it, you get the same value. So as you get this one, so bulk modulus, the formula is minus dP by dV. Now we have minus V minus gamma by V, that is gamma P. So as this one, so velocity of sound, that is bulk modulus by rho, that is gamma P by rho. Is it clear? Can we write this now?
Yes, sir.
So now for air, P is this much, rho is this much, and air is a diatomic molecule. So this is 1.4. So if you put 1.4, velocity of sound is 1.4, 1.01, 10 to the power 5 by 1.3. And that value is almost 332 meter per second. So you understand that's why Laplace modify this one, and this is the actual formula of velocity of sound. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this derivation is very, very important. And with respect to this derivation, one numerical also asked related to that one. Next we discuss on the next class. Gamma P by rho, we can make it in that way. Just 1 minute. Key. Mass is density into volume. So density is mass by volume. So we can write gamma P mass by volume, which is gamma PV by mass. Can we write this? And as PV equals to nRT, so what we can write? Gamma nRT by mass. Now N is the mass by molecular weight. So N by M, that is 1 by M, you have N, you have M. So you can write gamma RT by molecular weight. Very, very important for velocity of sound. Okay, everyone? Okay.
Yes.
So I'm stopping my lecture here today, and